You're not happy where you are right now, and I don't blame you. You're ambitious and you just cannot settle for your current situation. And if I'm right, then this video is perfect for you. We're less than 30 days away from 2025 and everyone is distracted. Everyone is slowing down for the holidays, but not you. If you're here, you're one of the few people that realize that this end of the year is the perfect opportunity to build your dream life. So in this video, my goal is to give you the 5-step roadmap to transform your life and fully rebrand yourself in less than 30 days. And if you don't know me, my name is Andre and I'm on a mission to help entrepreneurs and creators turn their passion into profit, grow personal brands, and live a life of freedom. So now let's dive into the video. The first thing that you want to do to rebrand yourself is to fix your mindset and get some clarity. And you want to start by letting go of the current self. So the current version of yourself right now needs to go away so that the new one can come in, because the new life, your dream life that you desire, the current version of yourself might not fit into that. And the number one reason most people don't become successful is because they're way too trapped into whatever identity they've created for themselves. So the way to let go of who you are right now and make room for the new version is to just embrace the unknown. I know it's scary, but you don't need to dance with the past. This is what I've learned in my journey. Every time you're about to advance in life, you're about to grow, you're going to dive into the unknown. And at every stage of life, there's gonna be a different level of uncertainty. And the higher you go, the higher the uncertainty. That's why a lot of people just prefer to stay at the bottom, because they're just familiar with what they know. So you gotta embrace the unknown. You gotta embrace the fact that you're not gonna know everything when you're starting a new business, when you're starting something new from scratch, when you're rebranding yourself. You're not gonna have all of the answers, and that's normal, and you gotta be okay with that. Let go of the past. Don't be attached to it. Don't dance with the past. Take the lessons from there, not emotionally, and move forward, because that is the only thing that will allow you to actually get closer to your dream life and achieve the goals that you set for yourself. If you're trapped in the past, into that like old dance, with that perception that others have of you, then that role, that character may not fit into the new life. So embrace the unknown, embrace the uncertainty, the fear, realize it's normal, and go from there. And next, you gotta be accountable to yourself first and foremost, and then the ones around you. And you have to realize the life that you're living right now is just a product of your own decisions, and most importantly, of your own limiting beliefs. And you got to challenge those limiting beliefs, challenge your entire belief system, and realize that you are more and can do more than what you're doing right now. You're more than what you currently are. But that's the thing, we're so trapped into what we know, into what is familiar to us. We're too attached to this to let go and embrace the new life. So many people say, I would want that career, I would want that car, but they're way too attached to what they know. Even though, for example, the situation that you're in right now, even though it might not be the best, you're attached to it because it's the only thing you know, right? So if I would tell you right now, hey, you could fly to Dubai with me, you could live like your dream life, you could drive a supercar, you can do what you actually want to do, you can turn your passion into profit, you might love the way that sounds, but because it's so unfamiliar and it seems so far-fetched, your brain is gonna try to self-sabotage you. And this is another big thing. You have to stop self-sabotaging. I see a lot of creators, a lot of founders, a lot of entrepreneurs, even at high levels, self-sabotaging because deep down there is that part in them that believes they're not worthy of the success they got. They're not worthy of the next level. If you're just tired of your current situation, your current life, and you want a new one, the self-sabotaging needs to end right now. And I want you to make a promise to yourself right now watching this video. Take a piece of paper and write this down. Write down, I give myself a chance to win. Just write that down and look at that every single day, because all you need to do is give yourself a shot. That's all you need to do, because it starts with you having faith in your ability. And in order to develop that faith in your abilities, you have to get some small wins in your life. You have to install some discipline. And with that, basically, you're gonna get a lot of self-confidence, and you will have the faith to actually keep on going on whatever roads you're on. In order to rebrand yourself and transform your life, You need to know who you actually are. And I'm gonna give you an actionable thing that you can implement instantly, and that will help you get a lot of clarity in terms of your current life and the situation that you want to be in, the dream life that you want to build. And this is journaling. So take a notebook right now, and for the next 30 days, every single day, you're gonna write down the answers to these 3 questions. So the first question that you gotta ask yourself every day is, what filled me with energy today? What made me really happy? And then the second question is, what drained me of my energy today? What really made me upset? And then the third and final question is, what did I learn about myself today? And I promise you, if you do this over the next 30 days, you're gonna have so much clarity in terms of who you actually are and what you desire. What are the things that fulfill you and the things that just drain you of energy? And then you're gonna be able to finally have a clear vision of your life and the life that you actually want, because it all starts with you understanding your current situation, and you're the only one that can have that clarity. So take these 3 questions at the end of each day, just write these down. It can be simple answers, but they're gonna help you a lot, and they're gonna give you the clarity you need. Now for the second thing, what I need you to do is to build the vision for your dream life. And you can start simple with a vision board, a couple of images from Pinterest, and be super specific with this. So try to imagine a day in your dream life. What does a day look like? Where are you hanging out? Where do you drink your coffee? What car are you driving? What clothes do you wear? How do you interact with the world? Where do you actually live? Get some images, put these together, because looking at your dream life and visualizing it is so important. There's no way for you to escape your current situation and overcome it if you don't allow yourself to have a different perspective, to actually visualize the life that you desire. I'm speaking to a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people, a lot of creators, and I ask them, what does a day in your perfect dream life look like? And most people cannot answer that. And I'm gonna share something here for the first time with you that I've done, and it might sound a little bit crazy, but again, I believe in the delusion of abundance, the delusion of actually believing that it is possible, that you can achieve what you want to achieve. So what I did a while ago was I literally wrote down a manifesto, like a day in my dream life. The place that I'm waking up in, the car I drive, what I'm doing in that day, like on a full schedule, my workout routine, all of that. And I was super specific with that. And I wrote that manifesto down, and then what I did, I picked up my phone and I literally recorded myself doing basically the voiceover and just saying that out loud. And every night I just fall asleep listening to that. And why do I do it? Well, it's because I want to brainwash myself with that new life. Because being in this current situation, even though this year has been amazing for me, I built my personal brand, I built my audience, and I've seen a lot of success this year. Even though I'm in this situation, it could be better, and I want it to be better. And I need to brainwash myself with the objectives and with the dream life that I want. It's all about giving yourself a shot, giving yourself a chance to win. So you can do that as well. Write down what my day looks like, write down a manifesto on that, do the voiceover, and just play it back. You don't need to share this with anyone. This is just for yourself. And again, it's all about that delusion of the new life. Because believe me, this might sound crazy to you right now, but believe me, with the steps that I'm gonna give you in this video, it is possible. And it can happen sooner than you think. In 12 months from now, your life can just be insanely different, and it's like you can become a totally different person. And the great thing is, it doesn't need to take you 12 months, you can do it in 30 days, which is the purpose of this video. So let's continue. Next, it's all about becoming the future you. And I want you to imagine that future character of yourself, that future version of yourself that has everything that you could possibly desire, that lives in your favorite city, drives the cars, wears the watches, has the life, has the businesses. Imagine that version of yourself, right? And now, every single day, starting from now, whatever decision you need to make, it could be something simple like, do I go to the gym or do I not go to the gym? Whatever decision you need to take in this life from now, I want you to think, what would the future me do in this situation? Because at that point, it's you versus the future you. See, and the future you has some habits and takes some kind of decisions that you're currently not. It all comes down to like the simple things, the simple habits. Am I gonna film a new video today and post it or not? Well, the current me is like, I don't really want to do that. But the future me is like, no, we have to do that. The future you will always take the harder, which is usually the right choice. So keep that in mind. Whatever it comes down to, your business, your goals, your personal brands, growing the audience, your fitness, your routine, sleeping schedule, everything. And you're only in competition with the future version of yourself that makes almost every hard and right choice. Because after all, we're talking about rebranding yourself. So to rebrand and just shift your entire identity into something that you've not really lived before, you first need to become that character, embody those habits, and then eventually down the line, when you do the actual work, as you're doing the work, you're gonna get what you desire. But it all starts with you starting to take those hard decisions, starting to apply the habits and the things that that version of you, that future version of you is doing. And you're gonna see the more you're doing that, the closer and closer you're gonna get to that dream life and to that new identity. And the one thing that really helped me with this is to remove anything from my life that doesn't align with the life that I desire. Even if it's bringing me pleasure right now, I'm sacrificing the pleasure, the short-term pleasure, for the long-term goals, for the long-term happiness. And so again, it's me versus the future me. And the future me just doesn't allow some of the things that I'm still currently doing. So try to eliminate all of the things. It could be habits, it could be friends, it could be vices, all of the different things that do not align with the life that you're trying to build for yourself. And you really got to be honest with this. Don't lie to yourself, because you're not lying to me, you're not lying to your parents, your friends, you're only lying to yourself. And now we're moving into the fourth point, which is becoming free through self-discipline. And like I said, take the future version of yourself and make a list of the habits and try to build out your dream life routine right now. Don't use any kind of excuse. It's not about the money here. It's not about the time, because you can make time and try to create your dream life routine right now. What time is that future you waking up every day? What kind of morning routine does that version have? Does that version go to the gym or not? Like, try to build out that entire routine for yourself. And the more self-disciplined you are, the more free you're going to become. And I know a lot of you right now, you might be thinking, I don't want to schedule. I don't want to be too disciplined because I'm going to lose my freedom. But that's wrong. It's actually the contrary. If you don't create a routine, a healthy one that works for you, right? Like, I'm not saying you got to copy any guru, but if you create something that works for you, that's going to give you so much freedom, and most importantly, so much clarity to actually work on the things that you desire, and just have the mental capacity and focus to create that new life. If you want to be your own boss, if you want no one to tell you what to actually do, you know what that comes with? That comes with 100% responsibility and self-accountability. And you cannot run from that. If you want a life of freedom, you want a life of complete and absolute responsibility. You have to tell yourself what to do, when to do it. You have to create your own schedule. And if we're talking about business, if we're talking about creating something really successful, you're not gonna make it if you're chaotic. So you need clarity, you need discipline, and that's how you're gonna be free. And now, to fully complete your transformation over the next 30 days, I want you to create a system for you to succeed. Most people make it really hard for them to win. Most people self-sabotage. They don't have a system in place. They don't have a routine. They don't have an actual plan on how to do it. They don't have a system, an ecosystem that helps them win every single day. So what do I mean by this? Take out anything that could harm you. Take out anything that could block you from reaching your goals. And start with a 30-day plan. Write down 3 goals that you have for yourself. Write down everything that you want to get rid of and start acting on it. Develop a decision-making system for each day. Do you have a filter right now for making decisions that lead you closer to your goals or not? Because if you don't, you have to develop one. Try to sit with yourself, build that vision, and understand that that version of yourself has that system in place. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten there. And you have to take that system, you have to create it for yourself right now. And if you're stuck in a 9-to-5 job, if you're stuck with your business, if you're stuck in your relationships, your friendships, whatever, like try to actually create a system that just makes it super easy for you to win in every single area of life, every single aspect, not just business, not just relationships, in health as well, on the spiritual level, on the mindset level. For example, how do you speak to yourself when you're faced with setbacks? How do you talk to yourself when you fail? Do you look at yourself as a failure or not? You have to create a system and you have to make it easy for you to win. And I say this all the time, but try to be your number one fan. Try to be the person that believes in you the most. This transformation that we're talking about, the new version of yourself, that might seem far-fetched. And that's just because right now you're in a situation where you're self-sabotaging. You are the only reason you're not living the life that you want. So take complete accountability, use these 5 steps, create a system for you to actually win, and you'll be surprised because over the next 30 days, if you do the journaling, if you are aware of that future you, how the decision-making process needs to go, if you make it super easy for yourself to win, you will win bigger than ever, and 2025 is gonna be your biggest year yet.